We were trying to unpack why. They had the intellectual ability. That was clear. They made it through law school, they graduated, so they have the intellectual ability. So what was happening was a disconnect. And so I started a bar coaching program when I joined Fully Law School. I learned it from another organization called Council of Legal Education Opportunity. They started a bar coaching program for members of, and so they wanted people who had experience with that state to coach someone who was taking it either in that state or region. That was my first bar coaching experience. I connected with a young lady who passed her first time, which was outstanding. She posted on LinkedIn and she said, I want to thank Jocelyn Hardrick, and tagged me. And that's how I was like, oh, great, she passed and publicly thanked me and acknowledged that I was her bar coach. Some people don't want you to know they had help. That's their prerogative. But she was very public. So I'd asked her, can I, share her story? And her story involved, again, intellectual ability. She had hit and miss grades in law school, but it's because there was a lot of drama and she had some, you know, personality clashes with professors and individuals. She understood the material, but she had a hard time focusing in class and, getting through law school, all the rigors of it. But she knew she could pass the bar exam if she studied, but had trouble sticking to rigor, rules, and schedules. My job was to help her stay on task and schedule. I realized she was dealing with grief. One of her parents passed during law school, and she hadn't told me that, right? But as we're talking, this is what unfolds. And for a lot of people, there is something happening inside of them. We can call it trauma just for like a blanket term, something painful. It's impacting their ability to study, remember, or execute essays and questions. She revealed she had promised before this parent died that she would become a lawyer, and that was weighing heavily on her. Once we acknowledged it, it took some weight off, and she could actually just do the work and not have it be feel like this huge burden. And then even coming down to getting to the bar exam in the Virgin Islands, trying to find a place she can take the bar exam that fit her schedule. So she had to get a plane, you have to get all your paperwork done, you have to get the clearance because it's a new jurisdiction, and then you have to get the hotel. I stayed with her, like, you got this done, we have these deadlines, make sure you're meeting them. And she got there. She took the exam and passed.